Hey guys, welcome to another session of Epic 7. This is a showcase video, build video for my holiday Yufine. I'm rushing this video out a bit more because I don't think that I can improve her any more than I am. So forgive me for some missing stats. She's not max awakened. She's not molded. I think I already have a pretty decent feel for her in terms of like where she kind of lies on the PvP spectrum. And again, I do think that heavily PvP wise might be good. I mean, maybe some kind of Hall of Trials mechanic where that boss that week you deal more damage after you burn on a warrior or something. Maybe Holiday Yufine would be okay, but honestly I don't even know if that is worth it. A quick introduction, I guess, just to cover for players who may be new and obviously some more advanced players. The stats are kind of iffy. I know that people are building like really different for different purposes. I do agree that I think right now, looking at her damage mods, the skill 1 here, I mean, there's first things first, there's not a lot of raw mola damage, especially in this skill. I mean, the S3 I think is a bit more, but the raw mola damage isn't that much. It really doesn't merit her to be a crit damage sort of DPS. I mean, you can make any hero have high crit damage, high attack, and they can still do damage. It's just like, does the damage mods like merit that, and does it fit the character's usage? I'm not convinced that's so. If you're gonna use her as like a cleaver with like, you know, crit rate, crit damage stats with like high attack, you can get some burns as well. I mean, sure, you could do that, but I feel like there's other stronger ones as well. Anyways, regardless, the S1 is a 0.7 times mod, and the S3 is a 1 times mod. 1 times mod for AoE is pretty standard. 0.7, I get they do have to kind of tone this down a bit, because the S1, if it's not on a counter attack, dual attack, or whatever, it is AoE, and it does ignore elemental advantage, or disadvantage rather. So it can't miss ice, so that's actually very, very good. So I understand why the raw damage is slightly lower. And she's a Libra, very high base health, high base defense for a warrior, decent speed, like attack is still pretty good as well. It's a very, very solid warrior class star sign. Definitely run her on immunity. Even if you make her as like a DPS, I would say, unless you're running a CR booster into her, immunity would be better than crit set. But if you use her as like a counter Basar, and you guys will see the fight examples that I have a ton of arena examples. I have one guild war example, but again, it was really rushed. I'll explain it when I do the voiceover commentary on that specific fight, but it was really rushed. I like rush leveled her or whatever just to use for content. Just to prove a point that she can be used in guild war offense. She can be used into any AI type Basar comp. I would say in RTA, if you draft her against Basar, they could be very big brain and run someone that is quicker than the Basar, and you wouldn't know it. Maybe you wouldn't know it, and damage her and still only have a 50% chance to miss her, and it could throw off the entire thing. People have been running slow Basars in arena defense. I mean, it could be the next big brain play anyway. Like Basar, like there's gonna be ML Roman, Benevolent Roman coming down the line as well, who may be a predominant speedy debuffer and cleanser, like stripper soon in RTA, and Basar may be defaulted to a slower, more tanky version. So Holiday Yufine may not even counter Basars well anymore. If you are slower than a Basar, Holiday Yufine does not counter him really well, and it could put you in a lot of trouble. I'll talk about that a bit later. When I was hitting some arena fights, there were some people that actually tuned their Basars for 200 speed. They're susceptible to be cleaved, but I honestly think that they're just trying to run it against Holiday Yufine. It is pretty funny. But there, anyways, those are my stats right there. Honestly, if you could get 4k attack, that'd be great. I have a boot that would give her 4k attack, but I'll lose effectiveness. I'll show you guys a quick swap of like 2 or 3 pieces of gear so that you guys would see, like, you know, what I'm kind of running. I think that a majority of the time, if people run a Basar on a defense team, any AI type defense team, they have an Arbiter Vildred follow up. Arbiter Vildred's not really slow anymore. They're all about like 220, 240 speed even. But let's say 200 plus. So I would say that you want your Holiday Yufine just to be slightly tanky if you're gonna run into these Basar and RB comps. This weapon needs to go. 15 crit rate is not helpful for my build. It's just wasted stats, and you guys will see in a couple fights. I have trouble with some ML Ken if they're in the comp. But realistically, attack, speed, effectiveness, health on the weapon is all you need. Defense, speed, attack, health, everything benefits on the helmet there. The armor would be, I would say, health, defense, speed, effectiveness if you can get that, but I was literally trying to chase the speed here. My Sympho Angelica is tuned to a certain way. I needed Holiday Yufine to be faster than my Angelica. Therefore I got her to 230. This one was just slapped on pretty much just, not even for the tankiness aspect. Yes, it's about 10%, maybe a bit over 10% health on that flat health there for her. But really it was just for the speed. Again, crit damage I don't really care about. And then this one was just for the effectiveness. I'll quickly swap some gear. I was experimenting with some builds, and some of the fights you'll see it on the other build that I was running, but honestly it didn't really make that much of a difference in the overall. Hold on, let me try to find it for you guys here. It's a health based one. It's like this, and what was it? It was an attack with effectiveness. I believe it was this one. No, this one. No, this one. Yeah, this one. So it was, this was somewhat what I was running before. The HP is a bit higher. It doesn't really matter, honestly. I'm missing the last awakening, which is actually HP. So she would be just as tanky as this build. But honestly, I was going for the effectiveness. As you saw, the artifact I was running was Champion's Trophy. So I was going for what the Champion Trophy actually brings. That artifact is like innate effectiveness. So that's very, very useful. Very, very nice. And I think I did at a point like had a different sword. I think it was health, it was attack, but it wasn't this one. I think it had like effectiveness in it, but if I can't find it, it doesn't really matter. I think it's something like this. Actually, it didn't have effectiveness. So I mean, yeah, if you're gonna go for burn damage, obviously high attack, more effectiveness, but I sort of like her tanky, and right now for majority of the fights, the 230 speed is a bit nice. But again, like I said, if people run a slower Basar, your Holiday Yufine's not really going to do much, because by the time that she does her first turn or whatever, and Basar strips, you're pushed back, you're delayed again, so they get all their damage up, and you're not going to benefit from it, right? The whole point of her is really the innate evasion being fire, so you totally dodge Basar like 100% as long as she has max HP. People pair her with barrier holders, so either the Lilius artifact Bastion and FCC or something like that, so that she keeps the evasion up. In most of the fights I'm about to demonstrate, I don't really think Fallen Cecilia fits. At least maybe it's just the way I play, but you guys will see. And then you're supposed to cut down on the CR pushback, and then she's supposed to CR boost 20% for all allies. So in the best case scenario, it would be a Basar is quicker, but all their DPS is slower than your follow-up after Yufine. So that you get the CR boost, and then you do all the damage before they get the damage off. That's pretty much it. Or you out-tank them or something like that. Yeah, so yeah, right now it's unmolded. If you guys watch my summoning video, you guys know why I have an A imprint. I was going for the artifact. Did luckily get two artifacts. So one more thing before we get to the PvP showcase, there is a way you can use her if you don't want to use her in PvP and you don't find a place for her. Like, you have no problem dealing with Basar i.e. using Champion Zerato, using someone just faster than Basar, like Lidica and stuff like that, which is what I'm very much used to. Then maybe you build her for PvE, right? So she would go really well with the free artifact, this flower shower. So if you do max this, and you do get this at max, this is free if you do the I think it's like the Adventurer's Path, I think it's called. It is 100% chance to grant increased attack for 2 turns when the enemy is defeated. So it makes her a really good farmer, actually, like almost as good as Arbiter Vildred, and even technically more consistent, because just keep in mind that her S1 does not have elemental disadvantage, so you can't miss. So that is usually the benefit of RB, and the reset of RB's AoE, which she'll never run out as long as she goes without a dual attack or a counter attack. Always AoE. So you could try doing that. I think that could work. Honestly, we haven't had any buffs on limited heroes. I don't think she's bad. I still don't think she's bad. I think if people are complaining if she's bad right now, I honestly don't think it's because she's bad. I think it's just people that haven't figured it out yet. I think that's it. And I myself included, I really haven't figured it out. When I did my initial assessment on her, I'm like, okay, she's a really good Basar counter, and I think if your guild does any sort of note taking or whatever, and you do get debated by either ultra slow Basar or something like that, honestly, I think you could just tune your Holiday Yufine and you can really easily win Basar Guild War defense. Like I said, in RTA, it becomes a bit tricky if people are doing big brain, like double draft strip, like a Broman with a Basar, and the Basar is ultra slow, like 200 speed but very tanky, like 1600 defense and 16,000 HP or something like that. I think you'll be in a world of hurt, and high effectiveness, of course. And you draft her, and it's kind of a waste. So right now, at this point, I'm not quite sure where she really fits if you're talking about RTA. But in AI based comps, I think she has some stuff going for her. Again, burn damage is no joke. Have you guys seen my Carrot showcase before on YouTube? I mean, I won't showcase her again in terms of damage. You guys would know how much damage she does. This is my Carrot still before her nerf. So I might recall her just for the 6-star doggos. Yeah, she does a lot of damage on burn. If you ever seen her with a greater attack buff on, ooh, that can kill tanks like very quick. So I have no doubt that Holiday Yufine can do somewhat, you know, similar kind of output damage. It's just that it's like for the usage of her, and the other problem is this, is that her proc rate is super low. I would say this is the critique I have, is that it's a 1-turn burn and you only get 1 tick of burn, and the proc rate is low. Champions Trophy, if you get a max at 30, it's a 30% effectiveness, which is fantastic, actually. Very nice on any warrior, really. But it has a up to 26% chance to stun, which is higher than Abyssal Crown. But it really only benefits her right now if you're talking about AoE. So the proc rate, like the chance of it procking on 4 targets or 3 targets, is obviously higher than a single target. So I think some people think that this warrior artifact can work on Valencia as well. Hey man, anything can work, you know. And then we'll see it in some kind of RTA tournament, and it's like, whoa, that's big brain, right? So yeah, it's very cool. We can experiment with stuff. But anyways, this is my my build, and I'll show you guys the clips now. So this is my first and only Guild War clip. When I was doing her original assessment, I was already thinking that she'd be very strong against Basar defense comps, especially if you have like ML Haste and ML Angelica versus these kind of defenses. Now, it doesn't matter if it was a Watcher Shuri there. Watcher Shuri just ensured that Basar would get a first turn. Having Basar going first before your Holiday Yufine is actually very important. So only for the very speedy Basar comps that this team like really works. ML Haste or ML Angie paired up with Holiday Yufine takes out 2 Basar and counters Basar and counters RB. So yeah, if you look at this, how this mechanic works, the only problem here is that there's no cleanser, there's no attack buffer. In retrospect, honestly, the usage on this in this comp is really Holiday Yufine with to counter Basar and to cleanse. So even if you have ML Angelica with really high effect resist, but you still get like a Basar Crown stun or something like that, it wouldn't matter. The speed tuning on this team was a bit off. I actually had to refine it after, but this is the first time I ever used her in PvP. It was on a guild war on Friday. Therefore, I'd rush level her. She's at this point exactly the same as what you guys saw in the stat showcase. So not 6-star awakened. And no Mola. So the proc rate on a lot of stuff is like really bad. So the turn cycling on their team is actually very good. But at this point my Yufine was running about 213 or less than 220 speed. So therefore if you guys rewind it, if you guys missed it, my ML Angelica actually went after or sorry, before Holiday Yufine. Here the turn cycling, if I had Molid, I would have cleansed right there, and potentially I could have saved ML Angie. But really, honestly, running her at a 5-star awaken without really a DPS, I think it proves that already to me, it proves her effectiveness. Yes, I lost ML Angie. It proves her effectiveness in this sort of guild war defense comp. You see a lot of Basar and RB, and this time it should work.
Time to put an end to this.
And it doesn't matter if Basar is pushed back. He doesn't matter. It's Angelica's turn order. Okay, see, this time they're both pushed back. Okay. It doesn't matter because their turn cycling is FCC first. So even if she did get a turn, oh shoot! It's okay. She wasn't the win condition anyway. It was just that first turn. So the test here is literally just the usage of Yufine. So if you don't have crazy speed gear, like you can't use a Cowrick first turn to counter Basar, you can't use a Lidica first turn to counter Basar, this is really good. So there's no way in the world that Charles RB FCC can go through the barrier of Vivian's Dignus Orb without an attack buff. Therefore the unbuffable was very important. Everyone else can die. There is one problem here. This is not my usual turn cycling. I would usually get 100% win rate if I use a Fire Lidica. Fire Lidica would speed and outlap my Vivian to do one more skill, and I would be able to soul burn, and that guarantees a kill, and then everybody's dead. The good thing that RB is a bit squish, so you could do it. But you see, I'm still losing. I didn't kill the entire team. With a soul burn, it wipes the full team. Oh, I didn't crit.
Whose turn is it today?
I'm on the fence, based on everybody else's research, I'm on the fence of moling Yufine. 95 crit rate on Vivian.
Let's get warmed up.
What? Mine's faster? Okay, it's okay. Mine's Papega speed, man. I was not expecting to outspeed that. Then Holiday Yufine is pointless here. Well, no, still not. No, it is pointless here because then the Basar gets a turn. Okay, hold on. I gotta try to kill off that Basar first.
It's time to tear them to pieces.
He's going to strip. I won't make it in time.
Interesting.
No, there's no way I can kill him. Okay, well, that's actually unfortunate speed tuning. So my Basar has to be even slower.
Shine forever in the light of the stars.
My Basar has to be even slower. That sucks.
Time to put an end to this.
Yeah, she pushed up CR, but it didn't really help in the long run because I needed the,
Alrighty,
Oh,
I'll do
shoot.
my best.
well,
Done.
Whose turn is it today?
I might as well try to get the blind off here because at least it didn't strip my Syngelica.
Witness my power.
So I should still be a portrait RB? Okay, that's pretty funny. Portrait RB. There was no attack buffer. Why portrait?
Confident.
Oh shoot, you know what? If I had to cleanse EE, that would be very nice. That would be very nice if I had to cleanse EE. I can kill it.
How dare
Yes.
you? You'll regret facing me. Help? I hate getting hurt.
Oh, right. The dual attack. Right, she has a greater attack buff.
Them away.
It's okay. It's okay. It's dead. Oh, artifact proc. Woo!
Let's get warmed up.
Woo!
Can I go home? Over here. After I tear this one? Don't you handle this?
I forgot the S1
My
misses.
magic sure was helpful.
Oh no, was I just blind? No, the S1 misses on a dual attack. It has to be the. So we don't.
Alrighty, I'll do my best.
Yeah, Emblem. I can kind of see a pattern happening here. Okay. Okay, yeah, okay, Moonlight Dreamblade procced again. I'm telling you, man, Moonlight Dreamblade RB on defense so far has been proccing very high.
Sunrise, darkness.
It's like, it happens all the time. It's annoying. It's more than 20%. I swear Moonlight Dreamblade RBs are gonna come back into Guild War defense.
You want to try me?
Okay, this time we soul burn it, so we have a higher probability of actually killing him. He's the, okay, there you go.
Not bad.
He's the lose condition on that team.
Kiss my feet.
Where's my oath key? Too lazy to
I will
swap it.
step on you.
But I should have used it if I wanted to guarantee no
May the light
no stupidity. Okay, now we won. Now we won.
you from despair.
Yeah, Greg, I saw the fake Keanu reply. That's pretty funny.
Fight me.
You'll regret facing me. I'll sweep them away. Hold on.
Oh shoot!
Block me if you can.
You cried for 3 minutes straight. Yeah, I was pretty disappointed that was actually Keanu.
After I kill
That it wasn't
this
just some kind of like, you know, like it was someone that looked like Keanu. Yeah, Asian Keanu equal actual Keanu. Yeah, so this one will be voiceover commentary. The previous fight in the arena was done live on stream. I was just experimenting. I saw this thing, I was like, oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the speed tuning is, really, because you can cleanse anyway. And you can actually see the demonstration here with ML Angelica, or sorry, ML Araminta actually going before everyone else. So she will be able to get stuns, she'll be able to get burns. Holiday Yufine doesn't do a full cleanse, like all debuff cleanse. She does only 2, which is enough here. If I did get a burn on the Vivian, it doesn't matter because I would get rid of the stun. That's the important part, and the unbuffable. So the initial 2 debuffs, the Abyssal Crown and the unbuffable, with or potential Abyssal Crown, but then with the stun, Vivian would be perfect here. Spectenny doesn't matter because she's hidden, and the idea is like even if I don't kill off, Specimen says, ML Angelica should be quick enough to do this, and she'd be in immortality, so he could spam his S3, but it wouldn't kill her anyway. That's why ML Angelica is drafted here, or used, and no RBs in sight.
Stop now that I've won?
Whose turn is it today?
This is another fight. Using Vivian, but rather using Lytica, not to push back Basar, but rather to push back to Lilius. Lilius coupled with a Basar, generally the cleanse is pretty nasty, so obviously there's a 15% chance for you not to dispel with the immunity there, and therefore not push back and speed down. I landed it, and now is the showcase for Holiday Yufine. So you could double up with technically Basar counters as well. That way you could deal with multiple things. I mean, if you're not there to accept Basar's S3 immediately, she can still be used as a CR pusher, as you can see here. This fight wasn't as clean though, because the Vivian immunity was stripped. So, but RB was actually faster than I expected. This is not rehearsed. I went in looking at it and then just went with whatever speed tuning they had. The cleanse EE on this one for Vivian would have been a really good time to showcase that EE actually, that one blind. She would be able to cleanse first and then buff herself, which is perfect.
Very interesting. All is done.
I'm blind, I hit the RB, which is really lucky because that's actually the biggest threat anyway. The burn's very nice, but that actually did pure damage on the RB.
Heretics will be punished.
So Lytica here, I'm trying to push her back. Or Lilius. Don't want to get that cleanse. Don't want them to get the cleanse. Here is, as you can see here, here's the showcase of Champions Trophy. So the stun there, very nice. It made me feel good about investing into that artifact, or at least summoning more so I get the artifact. I am pretty convinced that if you're gonna use Holiday Yufine the way I'm using her, that artifact is the best in slot. So you don't want to use anything else. I think at this point there are people saying that Junkyard Dog is really good. Yeah, theoretically speaking, it's really good, but your stats have to make sense. So 50% proc on the Junkyard Dog. I prefer to stun, to be honest. This one's also really fun. I brought 2 level 50s here. They're really for the speed imprint. You can see a different way I'm demonstrating her. Again, I did not know that just the Mercy speed imprint, which is at a S, I believe, right now, or an A. She gets 5 speed right now. And I beat the Basar. What I did notice while I was trying to do these fights to showcase Holiday Yufine is that people were actually making Basar slower. Like, we're talking like low speed, like very low, like too low, like 200 to 220 speed. This ended up working because his entire team was squishy. So you could level 50. I have no damage in this Shuri. So a different type of demonstration using her even without the evasion first turn. Just using her as a CR booster. Pretty interesting. Another one here, these are pretty meta defense comps, especially champion and higher. Some sort of way to anti-cleave. You see the Moonlight Dreamblade on the RB there. A lot of people are running Moonlight Dreamblade RBs in defense arena right now. And I think they do swap it for Guild War. So there's that the immediate counter to that Basar there. I made my Basar speed tune lower than my ML Angelica and slower than my Holiday Yufine. There had been problems where, let's say for example, my Basar gets stunned, but he doesn't get pushed back from an enemy Basar, then the speed tuning is wrong, at least for the way I'm using this demonstration. So I speed tune my Basar in this showcase to work with this team. Vivian, very solid. I will have a Vivian showcase out soon, so if you guys are still asking about that, it's gonna be out soon. I have all the clips. Vivian is incredibly great into RB, especially if you can make an unbuffable on him, because he can't kill her through the barrier, depending on his stats of course, without an attack buff. There's no way. And in fact, she can actually tank a non-attack buff SSB, non-attack buff Charles, non-attack buff RB. Any combination of those two, she can tank through it without damage mitigation. Just barrier. But again, Holiday Yufine showcase here.
That was nothing. Do you know who I am? Time for you to close your eyes.
I slowed down my Basar on purpose, just because of these trolls.
Let's get this over with already. More meat, less veggies. Perfect.
Alright, this is perfect speed tuning.
It's time to tear them to pieces. I'll shatter your pride.
Whose turn is it today? Time for a counterattack.
No, my Holiday Yufine's not molded. I don't think she needs Mola at all. Yeah, I don't think so.
Destruction. Answer my call.
Dark blade.
Are you confident? How dare you? All is done. Alrighty, I'll do my best. One more bite.
Resist.
I'll make you pay for touching me.
May the holy light save us all.
Yeah, not even the decrease on the combat readiness. Like, if she's just to counter Basar, he doesn't need it, or she doesn't need it.
Don't talk over here. I won't lose. Whoa, looks yummy. Very interesting.
Oh, the artifact proc.
I hate. I'm all ready. You'll regret facing me. How dare you? I'll sweep them away. Done.
Nice.
Can I go home?
That's what I like to see. Good investment.
Well, at least I survived, I guess.
That's the big concern. Also, the fact is that if I get unbuffable, like if I'm stripped by Basar, that becomes a big problem because Arbiter Voji can blind the Kairon. Whereas Alencia, the blind isn't as big of a deal because she can tank it. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna go with Alencia. Let's try it out.
Before it's too late.
Time to put an end to this.
Okay. My general Purgus is a Wyvern one, so he's just tanky but very, very slow.
Let's get this over with.
That shouldn't matter.
Patty cake, Gyro's man. Make me as many cakes as you can.
Okay, now they're pushed.
I will lend you the power.
Do I have Mind's Eye? No, right? I don't. Yeah, I don't have it. Okay, defense buff goes up no matter what. Ah! I got the Arbiter Voja. There you go. That's exactly why I went with her. I should be able to one-shot him. Oh, but now they're stunned. I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna try to. Ah, dang it.
I thought this could be fun.
Okay, we're still in trouble because I'm stunned. Stun 2 of my DPS. That's actually the worst. Okay, it's okay.
Can I go home after I kill this one?
All right. Okay, I'm gonna go with Basar here. Because highest attack is now Yufine. But the Alencia is my technically my my win to win this one. My way to win this one. Oh, she's stunned. Okay, that's good.
Please.
Okay, now we think we got it.
How rude.
Kind of scuffed, but this team
I hate
is actually pretty difficult if I had to force my Yufine in it.
Show your elders some respect. Go. Yeah.
No, Sour Pie, I didn't.
Everything comes down to
The build? No, I didn't see it. Do you want?
Let's get warmed up.
Who's White Dog?
Time for a counter.
I don't know who White Dog is. Sorry.
Alrighty, I'll do my best. A meat and seafood buffet? I won't say no to that.
How dare you!
Can I go home after I lend you the power to take another's life?
Do you know who I am? Time for you to close your eyes.
That RB better not be on a Moonlight Dreamblade.
Don't come near me. You aren't even fit to kiss my feet. I was
Elbows laughing? Yes, I am traumatized, man. That's really annoying.
just one more bite.
Oh wow, you crit the can, but at least the stun went off. That's good.
You're boring me now.
Please. Anybody there?
I'll make you pay for touching.
Blind.
I'll protect you. I'll sweep them away. Hold on.
I mean, I love her S1. Ignore elemental disadvantage. It's actually pretty good. But we're missing right now, so this is actually not that good. Silenced. It's okay. Let's throw that onto Ken.
I over here. Try harder. I won't lose. Whoa, looks yummy.
That's good. The stun on that Ken is really good here. Burned.
Not bad.
Unbuffable, and now he's dead.
Do you know who I am?
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm still not sold on Elle's Fist, just because if you have her artifact, I wouldn't use anything else except that.
Sweep them away. Just one more bite.
You gotta be kidding me. I'm critting him all the time. What the frick?
You want to try me?
He's dead now, though.
I'm waiting.
Oh my goodness, you gotta be kidding me. He's just healing? What the frick? You're dead.
No escape.
You're dead.
Ever. Well, at least I survived, I guess.
It should work. This should work.
Whose turn is it today? Time to put an end to this.
Okay, that RB's pretty slow, which is good.
Let's get this over with already. More meat, less veggies. Perfect.
What?
Don't talk.
What did he have? Prophetic Candlestick?
Sometimes darkness can become your light.
Let's get warmed up. Time for you to close your eyes.
Well, I saw a Prophetic Candlestick proc. I think it was on the Ruel.
You aren't even fit to kiss.
Okay, I don't need to spam the souls on this one. Ruel's gonna do S1 onto Angie. Yeah, I don't need to spam. I just need to kill them off.
Say my name.
Okay, Yufine.
Do my best.
Resist. Oh, it is a prophetic candlestick. Okay, that's annoying. Okay, we need to try to blind him.
Brace yourself.
Blinded, good.
Can I go home after I kill this one?
Stun, please. Wow, resist.
I'll make you pay for touching.
Hit.
You want to try me?
Okay, now we go for this.
This one's tough.
Wait, she's almost dead?
Don't come near me. I'll sweep him away. Just one more bite.
Okay, she'll do that to herself, so wasted. So I've already won. So wasted the revive. So the tricky part with ML Angie is that if you don't do it well, and she uses the revive on an actual DPS, you're screwed. Like when your mortality runs out. But he has prophetic candlestick, so I gotta be really careful about that.
Okay.
This should be fun.
Didn't proc, perfect.
Over here. I want
Okay, it will start procking though.
Looks yummy.
Didn't proc.
Not bad.
Still lucky. Still lucky. Okay.
Whose turn is it today? Let's end this.
This should be fun.
No, I think she's dead even before. No, she's dead.
Don't
She's dead before she
I won't lose. On. You want to try me? Don't come near me. Is that all you've got? At least try to make it fun. Told you so. I won.
Another voiceover commentary on this section. Another meta defense comp, again anti-cleave with RB and Basar on Abyssal Crown. The speed tuning is actually very good. The RB is not insanely fast.
I'll sweep them away.
Again, keep in mind I do not have Mola into this Yufine, so the pushback is slightly higher than what potentially could not be. You could definitely speed tune it better. So as the CR pushback isn't as much, generally you have no problem cutting into the enemy turn. But my Basar was fortunately faster here. Faster than the RB, that is. Because they didn't have an unbuffable, so if Alexa procced, the Spectani would be dead.
You aren't even fit to kiss my feet.
So the only threat here really is the Arbiter Vojid. I didn't really want to give him a turn, so therefore I soul burn there. Everything else is controllable. Once the RB is dead, Spectani is a hard counter to MLCan. Nothing MLCan could do versus her. This part is pretty funny though, because that crit on her. The again the max health evasion passive there kicking in, as you can see, which is really nice.
You're boring me.
I did the S2 there. The blind was for Basar specifically, but the Abyssal Crown procced anyway. So even if he did miss, he would have got my Spectani here. But again, it didn't really matter. MLCan did have an attack down, so even if he did get his S3 turn off, which is the big threat coming up after RB, it wouldn't do any damage. And attack down was on the FCC as well. So with the debuff stacked, the advantage was on my side.
Anybody there? Try harder.
He had Cigar Scythe, and that burn got him even deeper Cigar Scythe, so his damage should be higher. But it doesn't matter. Attack down makes a huge difference.
I won't lose. Whoa, looks yummy.
How dare you!
Yeah, so the crit I definitely have to reduce if I'm going to use her as just a burn DPS. So reduce the crit, increase the attack, and I think she'll be in a good place.
Not bad.
This one I found is quite interesting. A bit less of a meta defense comp, but quite interesting anyway. You may run into something like this, some sort of combo like this. Lilius to prevent the what do you call it? The Basars. FCC to have the barrier and some sort of damage mitigation artifact, either on both knights or just one of them. And SSB won't get one shot. Well, ideally that's the thing, like one shot from a cleave. The Lilius pushback didn't really matter there. It did sort of matter for Vivian, but I think I was okay at this point. Again, no rehearsal, so no speed tuning. The thing is that Vivian is at least 200 speed, so that with the CR booster, even though I was behind their SSB, it didn't matter. She would get the turn. We had too much flexibility in the CR timeline at this point, so it was enough for my Vivian to lap. My SSB was used here just to break the skill null. Knowing roughly what that team would be doing, I would be able to break the skill null on the turn I wanted to. Here, it was a bit risky, but I had a defense buff. I had Aureus on Roz. No attack buff on the SSB, so my Vivian, even though she had a defense break, even if she hit, it shouldn't have gone through. It shouldn't have killed her.
Bring it on.
I was looking to see what skill would be better, but the S1 here is the better way to go.
It's too late to back.
I didn't really get to use my Vivian to end the fight. It turned out to be a squishier DPS SSB, so not RTA SSB.
I'll protect you. I hope you're ready.
This was a bit Pepega though. I could have gone the other way. It didn't really matter because I forgot my highest attack at this point would have been Vivian. Both Yufine and Vivian have great attack buff.
Keep my word.
Anyways, those are the clips of my PvP fights. Again, I actually tried to make her work in RTA, but I didn't want to like force Holiday Yufine in when it doesn't make sense. So one, it didn't really like the opportunity didn't really come up a lot, and then whenever they did draft Basar, they would just auto ban the Holiday Yufine. For whatever reason, she's not even 6-star awakened, but whatever. They must have just thought that okay, they just have to ban her in case I don't ban the Basar. But regardless, anyways, that's pretty much it. I don't think I'm gonna change her build that much, and to be honest, I might. It depends. If I keep seeing Basar on Guild War defense, and I want to have some fun with her, I still might. At this point, I'm not convinced I'm gonna mola her at all. There's no point. The pushback, as you guys saw in the demonstrations there, is not enough. Like, you don't even need to mola this for Basar specifically. For Basar's pushback, you don't need to mola this. This, honestly, you probably don't need the cooldown either. You probably won't use it as your main damage source. And then this one, I'm tempted to. I don't burn as much as I want. I'm tempted to mola this, but I won't. I actually won't mola it. Yeah, so I think this is as far as my Yufine goes for now. If one day in the future that either I figure out something or some other people, smart players, top players, figure out like a really unobvious way to use her, I might build her that way. The only reason why I keep saying this is because like we've seen this in the past, and everybody knows this who's been in the Epic 7 community. SSB, Cerise, and stuff like that. It's like, oh, they're really bad. They're really bad heroes, and then we see someone use them in like really big brain ways, and it just kind of, once the idea unlocks, you can't forget it, and you almost think that you were the one that thought about it, right? You start going on Discord and telling people how to use this hero for what reason, whatever. I mean, I literally the tanky SSB meta didn't come until like RTA. It wasn't as popular, I would say. Maybe some people did run a tanky, but before RTA, because of Battle Frenzy, they didn't run a tanky SSB. It wasn't even in anybody's mind. Everybody just went for like high attack, high crit damage. So the expectations of a hero's build can change. It just depends on what kind of content we get, what kind of meta we face, and you know, and potentially even if the heroes get a buff. So I'm not really, I'm not in any way regretting Holiday Yufine summons and even the artifact. But for now, I think I'm done putting enough resources into her. So like no 6-star Awaken, no Mola. Anyways, that's my assessment. As sad as it may sound, I'm honestly thinking that she can be really good. I think her kit is great. So there's nothing wrong with it. I think we need to find some interesting way to use her, I think. Anyways, I'm going to end this with the video recording. If you guys have Discord, check out the Discord server. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe to YouTube if you haven't. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.